Good day everyone. This video really was meant to be about how to replace the trimmer line on this weed whacker, but I'm just going to give you a really quick review of this one. This is a Ryobi rechargeable lithium ion battery weed whacker. Now they do make smaller ones. They make an 18 volt or 22 volt, but I get the 40 volt. This is what the battery looks like. It goes in really easy, just like this. I've used this weed trimmer for, I'm gonna say like at least minimum probably 5 years now, and I have a fairly large yard, so it gets used a lot, and it has a few nice features. Again, this is the 40 volt one, but I've been doing some edging, and what you can do with this, like normally if you're looking at a weed whacker, it kind of looks like this. But you can rotate the head on here, and it has a little wheel, so you can move it along the ground nicely like this and do edging. So I really like that. And to change, the format or the layout, it's just a lever on here. You push that in, and then you can rotate this thing. It's just like this, and now it's kind of like a standard weed trimmer. But let's get to the business here. As I said, at this point, after using it for this many years, I don't have any complaints with it. But let's get into replacing this line, which it is replaced already, but let's get into it. I'll show you how to do it. Okay, most of these, so we're going to replace the weed, I guess the official name is a weed trimmer line, okay? So we're going to replace that. Some people think you have to replace this whole cap thing. I'll show you how to get that off. There's a button here on each side, and you press those in. Some of them have a screw-on thing, but this one just has little buttons that you push in, and that pops off. So this is just the cover. This is what holds the trimmer line here, and all you do is pull this out, and it's way cheaper to just rewind this yourself. There's a little arrow on here that shows you the direction of the line. You're gonna have to check your manual to find out, what size of trimmer line yours uses. Most electric ones usually have a smaller diameter one. This is 0.080 inches. And to get this started, I'm just gonna wind some of this out. Okay, so there's an arrow, as I said. What you're going to find in here is a little slot. You have to slide the cord in there a little ways. That just holds it in place. Then all you have to do is start winding. And take your time. Try to wind it. You don't want to wind it super tight, but you don't want it loose either, so just wind it in there good. Just keep going around and around. And when I get to when it's full, then I'll give you a little bit more info. But yeah, you can buy a big roll of this trimmer line for next to nothing compared to what it costs to buy a new pre-done, ready to go thing. I don't know why someone would buy one. It's a waste of money. So I'm just going around and around. Okay, so I think it's pretty full now. Of course, just gonna have to cut off a piece here. This will work. Cut that off. And then so it doesn't unwind on you. Again, most trimmers are like this. There's a little thing, you can just hook that in there. So now we can set this back up into here. Before I do that, just show you, There's a little hole there it goes through. This little end piece has to go through here. So as I was saying, there's a little hole. Put that through there. Pull that out. And make sure it doesn't go underneath or anything. It's good, it's sitting in there. Then you take your cap, get it lined back up. And it'll snap into place. Okay, that's good. And you know, it'll self-trim itself off. It has a cutter here when it spins. You know, if it's too long or too short. Again, this weed whacker, I forgot to mention, it's self-feeding, so it will feed the line automatically. Each time you take your hand off the trigger, it will feed some line out. If there ever is an issue with it not feeding automatically, sometimes it happens. There's a little button over here that if you press it, press that in, and then if you're pulling on the line at the same, you know, keep some pressure on there, it will feed it out manually. Sometimes you have to do that, but not too often. As I said, the weed whackers work really good. Again, that's all there is to it, and you're gonna save yourself a ton of money, especially if you do a lot of weed whacking. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, come back for more. Have a great day, everyone.